here we go. Number one in the points, Andrew Hines, and it is Antron Brown that is over on the other side. This will be Antron's last race in Pro Stock Motorcycle. Andrew Hines, he sits here at the same point that he was last year. Looking at a championship, looking at that possibility.
Andrew Hines, you know, they've taken the right lane both times, the first and second round with lane choice. The only bike riders to do so having that lane choice.
Oh, and he red lights. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And it wasn't even close. You know, I'll tell you what I think happened. I think the tire backed out backwards and caught that red light because he was minus 341 red. It didn't look like it was that bad on the start line. What happens if they go in stage shallow, just puts that stage light on, sometimes with the motorcycles, the bike will just roll out backwards and they'll get that red light.
Gary Gerald has Chip Ellis.
Well, he gets an encouraging hug from Angel Sampey. Right now, you find yourself just taking a dramatic step forward. What's the emotion?
Man, I'm shaking. I got Angel over here holding me. The bad part for myself is I got to race her next round. She's a little bit quicker than us. My buddy over there, Team Fish, put the pressure on him. And I'll tell you, man, I got to take the pressure off myself and just go out there and ride because we can do it.
We can do it.
He wins the race. He wins the championship.
Yeah, that's true of both Chip Ellis and Matt Smith. So a change of fortune on a red light for Andrew Hines.
And look at that. Chip Ellis, 21 points, is 2 rounds, as is Matt Smith. Like you said, if either one wins the race, they are your Power A champions.
So when Pro Stock Motorcycle comes back for the semifinals, here is the way that they will match up. It'll be Antron Brown, and he'll come up against Matt Smith.
The other pair on the other side, we got Angel going up against Chip Ellis. The worst thing that could happen for Andrew Hines if Chip and Matt Smith are both in the final, because it's all over for Andrew Hines.
Back in Pomona for the final. Pro Stock Motorcycle getting ready to come to the line. This could determine the championship here in the semifinals.
Take a look at the points right now. You got Andrew Hines, who's already out. Chip Ellis and Matt Smith still in it. Basically, what has to happen is either Chip Ellis or Matt Smith has to win the race. They would be the Power A champion. So the worst case scenario for Andrew Hines would be if both Chip and Matt win their semifinal matchup, then Andrew Hines would be
Mike Paul, Angel stalled her bike and it will not fire. She's done.
Wow.
Rick Stewart told Chip that he's a single.
Nelson, thanks for that one. Angel are going to have to pull that bike away, and that's going to help Chip Ellis. He needs to win this round and win the race if he's looking for a championship.
Well, he's already won the round, so now he just has to win the race. And right now, boy, he's going to want to focus and try for that lane choice.
And neatly down the track, a 698 with a 7, 191 miles an hour. There's Andrew Hines watching on because Matt Smith is coming up with Antron Brown, his championship. Andrews could be just dribbling away. Matt Smith wins, then Andrew is done.
So what you're saying is Andrew Hines is Antron Brown's biggest fan right now.
Oh, yeah. Even though he looks quiet, he's saying, come on, Antron.
Hey, can't blame him, but, you know, Matt Smith's got a good bike, and he's had a good bike all year long. If he were able to get the final actually win, it would be well-deserved because he has been probably the most consistent rider out there all year.
Well, when you think about it, for Antron Brown, this is pretty important, too. He would like to leave with a win here as he's looking ahead to running in Top Fuel next year. He's already tested.
See Andrew shaking his head a little bit there. Watching intently. Let's see what happens. Oh, red light, Antron. Hines is done.
It's over for Andrew Hines. It will be either Matt Smith or Chip Ellis that takes the championship. With that run and 2 different fouls, Andrew Hines' day comes to an end, Gary Gerald.
I can't imagine what your emotions must be right now. Can you share them with us?
It's pretty rough, but it's all my fault. I didn't roll in deep enough in the second round, and bike got to bounce when I put on the 2-step. Backed out. It didn't really back out of the beams. It kind of jumped up out of the beams. So, congratulations to these 2 guys over here. They were on it. They did what they needed to do, and we're going to finish second because both of them can't pass me.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, but one can. Stat guy?
We are guaranteed of having our 8th different champion in the history of pro stock motorcycle. Our last new champion was Gino Scali back in 2003 when he won on the Suzuki.
There is the matchup for the finals. One of these 2 guys is going to be the Powerade champion. It will be decided with a win in the final round, either Matt Smith or Chip Ellis. Now let's go again to the far end.
With Chip Ellis, and Chip, it's come down between you and Matt. What do you think about your chances of winning your first race this year to win the championship?
Well, shoot, man, I got as good a chance as he does. And, really the great thing is both of these bikes are SNS powered V-twin engines. And, man, that's got to be a great feeling for those guys back there in Wisconsin. Brett Smith and all the folks there, and Ken and Evelyn Smith, have put their own hard-earned money into this deal. Drag Specialties, I mean, from whatever happens from and in the next round till the first race of next year, man, I'm gonna be tickled pink. Thanks to everybody at Mac Tools, Intelligence, SAP, Doc's Harley Davidson. Thank all you guys, because without you it wouldn't be possible. And hey, McKenzie.
He mentioned about the bikes. Well, this guy, Chip Ellis, had a hand also in building Matt Smith's bike as well as his own, to Gary Gerald.
And with Matt Smith, what did you think the odds were that this would happen, that you'd be facing your teammate not only for an event win, but for a championship?
Man, I prayed to God, this morning, told him, let us do the best we could do, and man, he's making things happen this weekend. I got to thank Evan, Latrell, Torco, Mark Stockseth, Mac Tools, Redline Oil. Man, I can't say enough. I'm just so glad to have this opportunity, and me and Chip, we got a 50-50 chance. One of us is going to be the champion.
Indeed you will, one of you.
There sits Matt Smith, ready to go.
Wow, talk about a lot of pressure. Paul, since the modern era of the World Championship, when we determined the champion by points at national events in 1974, this is only the 2nd time that the World Champion will be decided in the final round. The other time was 1990, when it was Gary Ormsby and Joe Amato. You know what happened? Gary Ormsby choked. He red-lighted, giving Joe Amato the win and the championship.
Yeah, we saw a bit of that earlier with Greg Anderson. Here are the weather conditions with the sun down, the air temperature drops, the track gets cooler. Who knows what can happen here? Chip Ellis could take a championship having not won a race.
Well, he's going to have to win this race, so to get the championship, it all comes down to right now. I mean, you talk about the pressure being on here. Matt Smith has had a very good bike. Like I said before, he deserves to win if he's able to do it. But Chip Ellis, even though he hasn't had a win coming into here, he's really peaked at the right time. He's looked very good in the countdown to 1, and then in the last 2 races, obviously he was runner-up, and now he's in the final again, but he needs to win this to get the championship. It doesn't get any better than this. Oh, Chip was late.
Very late. Matt Smith is the champion. Matt Smith runs a 694, 191 miles an hour, low ET of the day, and is the new pro stock motorcycle champion.
That has got to be the greatest feeling in the world, to race all year long, come down to the final race, and be able to deliver the way he did. Low ET of the meet. His father, Ricky Smith, couldn't be any happier. Well-deserved win for that entire team.